Hi everybody, and welcome to another Channel 8 sports presentation. Tonight from East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, it is state basketball, state tournament basketball, as East Brunswick hosts Manalapan in a Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinal game. Jimmy Allender being joined by Phil Hill. And Mr. Hill, the Manalapan Braves, we don't know too much about them.
Well, we know a little bit about them, Jim. We know they're here, and they have to have done something to be here. Manalapan is a very disciplined team. They like to hold on to the ball. They have their 5 starters average between 6 and 9 points. So they have no real star. They just have a very balanced offense, and they play very tough defense.
And also, they got here by beating Piscataway, which, as you know, is always a nemesis for East Brunswick. But let's talk about the Bears now. They're coming off a semifinal GMC tournament loss to Saraville. I understand they scrimmaged a little bit, but this is their first action. How are they going to react?
This is the first action. I talked to Bo Henning, and he said this is the best tonic for him to play a real game here. And I think things need to be put in perspective. This is a team at the beginning of the year no one expected much of. This team right now is 19-4, Jim, and whether they win or lose, it's been a great year. They lost in the county semifinals to the eventual champions of the county, Saraville. Saraville beat Colonia by 10 points and then came back and beat Carteret by 5 points. The Bears had a shot at the buzzer. Brett Cadet, the savior, who's won one against Old Bridge, and that fantastic putback against St. Joe's, and this time it just didn't come up. So this has been an outstanding year for the Bears. I don't know why they should be so heavy-hearted. Nobody likes to lose, but it's been a great season, and they should try to continue it today.
Okay, so it's going to be East Brunswick and Manalapan right here at East Brunswick Gymnasium. We'll be back with the tip-off right after this. All right, we're back at East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, where East Brunswick's boys team, with a record of 19-4, will take on the Manalapan Braves with a record of 14-9. Phil, Manalapan knocked off who to get here? Do you remember?
Yes, I do, Jim.
Piscataway, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Freeney and Piscataway. And as I said, they play a very disciplined game, Jim.
Featuring a 6'6" center, Matt Kandrich. You see him there, number 33. Chris Ciola. You also have Mark Lax, number 20. Ciola, number 3.
And you got
Ryan Sheridan, also. I'm just giving the Manalapan players.
Okay, you got Johnson, Schuler, Press, Henning, and McBride.
And we're underway here in East Brunswick on the tip. Henning with it. Teams not familiar with each other. And we'll see what kind of defense Manalapan plays.
And they open up in the zone, Jim.
Members of the Shore Conference A.
Two-1-2 zone, Jim.
Sort of a feeling out process. Johnson with the ball inside, gives it to Henning. They're back out. There's McBride. He's off. Rebound, however, East Brunswick. And who has it? They say on the line. And ball awarded to Manalapan.
Okay, the Bears looking a little reluctant to shoot, Jim. Looked like they had several opportunities. Nobody seemingly wanted to turn to the basket.
Right. So to counter that height, Larry Press matched up against Kandrich. We'll watch that.
And Schuler in for defensive purposes.
That is Saunders with the ball. Gives it to Ciola. Guarded closely by Henning. That'll be a good matchup to watch.
Okay, good defense. Bears, of course, in their man-to-man defense.
Ciola. And Manalapan as deliberate as East Brunswick was the first time.
They will take care of the ball, and they're not interested in a lot of points, Jim. Games are often in the 30s and 35s and 40s, Jim, so they're just going to look for the good shot.
Almost taken away. They battle for it. Ciola comes up with it. And back out it goes. Into Kandrich, turnaround shot, and hits it. And Manalapan out to a 2-0 lead. This is Johnson, back over to Henning. In the corner. Almost stolen. Henning falls, gets a handle on it, however. McBride back to Henning, drives the hoop. And Johnson maybe wasn't expecting that pass.
Tell you, the Bears looking out of sync early on, Jim, again, and they got to be a little aggressive themselves despite this zone defense.
2-0, 5:40 left to go in the first period. This is Manalapan. This is going to be a good matchup to watch. Ciola. Kandrich again. Strong move to the hoop, gets his own rebound, and a foul. That was by Press.
And you see Kandrich going back up on the offensive boards. He averages 10 rebounds per game, coming off a 12-point performance against Piscataway in the first round.
Press leaves the game, replaced by Gadet. Wonder why he didn't start.
Not sure, maybe about matchups.
Okay, we'll see.
Anyway, Matt Kandrich, 6'6", senior.
And he hits it, and Manalapan up 5-0. You get the feeling that points are going to be hard to come by both teams here. Cross court to Gadet. This is Schuler, back out, tipped away almost.
All right, one official looks at the other official gives the Bears the benefit of the doubt.
I don't think there was any doubt about it. It went off. That was just a little begging by Sheridan. Brett Gadet with the ball. East Brunswick has to be careful with their passes. Gadet with the first shot for East Brunswick off the rim. Excuse me, that was their second shot. Henning drives, pass to Johnson, and hits. That was a little bit of acting right there.
Okay, Max Johnson with his first two of the night. Max, of course, started off very well in the county semifinals.
5-2 East Brunswick. Excuse me, that was Manalapan. Gadet with the rebound. East Brunswick's going to run. Henning cuts to the middle. Back pass to Gadet.
Beautiful.
Will not fall.
Did not fall. Nice pass by Bobby Henning. And Gadet not able to get it down.
He was the trailer on that play. Ciola gets it into Kandrich.
Good hand by Johnson.
And he's going to have to be a factor underneath the boards tonight, Phil. McBride. Kandrich down with the rebound.
And I tell you, right, Max is going to have to be a factor on the boards because of the size. Of course, when they have Max underneath the boards, they lose something of his outside shooting touch, but that's the trade-off there.
5-2, Manalapan ahead. And they're going to call steps on Sheridan. And the Bears will take over. 3:51 to go in the first quarter. Braves holding a 5-2 lead over East Brunswick. Henning to the middle. To Gadet. There's McBride. He hasn't been successful on the outside. Taken away. Not a good pass.
Not a good pass at all again. And the very disciplined Braves, Manalapan Braves, taking advantage of every opportunity.
Ciola to the middle. Henning guards him. Dives for the ball. They come up with it. Off the rim. Gadet with the rebound. And East Brunswick looks to push it. Pass to Schuler.
They're going to call him for steps, Jim.
So East Brunswick with another turnover. Sheraton. Bounce pass to Kandrich, tries to muscle Johnson. And East Brunswick with the rebound. Cross court. East Brunswick's going to have some success on the outside. Oh, I think they're going to call discontinued.
Double dribble.
Yes, he did. East Brunswick with a press. Cadet guarding Sheridan. Cross court move, bounce. What do they say?
They're going to call a foul there. Let's see who's going to be on. Brett Cadet.
That's who they say fouled it. I'm not quite sure he was the one, but.
Okay, Johnson was in there as well. It could have been called on him. They called it on Cadet, however.
Sanders to the line shooting 2. Misses the first. This is a senior.
Okay, Doug Saunders, captain of the football team. Manalapan known to play a little bit of football, Jim.
Makes the second. And the score is 6-2 in favor of Manalapan. Sort of a sluggish start here. Now the trap. Cadet bounce pass to McBride. Tries to dribble inside. Henning with an open 3. Hits.
Yes.
And Bobby Henning makes it 6-5 in favor of Manalapan.
Important for Bobby Henning to score. He matches the total of what he had in the county semifinals there with 3 points, Jim.
Well, Phil, I have a feeling he's going to be getting those open looks tonight. And they say 10 seconds, never got it across.
And again, good defense by Bobby Henning. A tenacious defender there. And talk about tenacity, you got Borak coming in the game. Justin Borak, who had just a super game in the county's semifinals. Also against St. Joe's, played a whale of a game.
All right, and every opportunity they try to double team Henning. There's Henning. Ooh. Well, Bobby was going one way.
Exactly.
Pass went the other. Down to 1:23 left in this first period. It is 6-5 in favor of Manalapan. Ciola with it. Tries to drive the baseline. Gives it off. Saunders hits. Saunders with 3 points makes it 8-5. Braves on top. Borak out to Henning. Johnson, turn around to Schuler, and will not fall. Ciola to the middle, nobody there. Here comes East Brunswick. Henning to Cadet. Borak, Henning, around the horn we go. Now they slow it up. 30 seconds left to go. Down to 10, Phil.
Bears going for one shot.
Henning with an open look, and it falls. 6 seconds. Ciola, and...
Oh, I called the foul, Jim.
They call the foul. Henning's arguing at the buzzer.
And that's a foul you didn't want to commit, Jim, as time is running out.
Question is, did he commit the foul? At least in the eyes of the official, he did.
That's for sure.
Bobby picks up his first to end this quarter. And at the line is Chris Ciola, who is also a senior.
That's right, a 64% free throw shooter.
This is his first. Kind of an uncomfortable feeling being at the line, nobody there, you know. And he misses his second as well. So the score after one period of play, East Brunswick down by a point, 8-7.
Let's see what Bo has to say.
Folks, mid-post and get on the glass. I don't care if you work low post behind that guy. Gives us more of a gap in there, right? Now, ball's here. Get all the way in. I don't care if you come to ball side, right? Come to ball side if you have to. Okay, get swung, get out, looking for shot, get in. Ryan, you with me there? When you're in the three? Okay? All right, let's go. Don't break. Hey, defensively, let's go some 34. 34 on the D, okay?
Quickly, too. What do you mean? Same thing when I do the
Yo, listen up.
fellas. If Max is here and the 3-man's here, we're coming ball side, don't be afraid to screen the middleman. He's going to dive in. He'll be wide open. All right, Max, don't be afraid to screen the middleman on the zone.
That's the voice of Mark Mataseski you hear, the assistant coach, giving direction as well. Talking about defensive strategies.
Well, I think it's quite evident that East Brunswick's going to have to score from the outside. You got the presence of Kandrich in the middle. He's agile and seems to have a blocking presence, Phil.
That's for sure.
Press back in the game. And as we begin the second quarter, Manalapan in possession. Saunders. Stolen by Cadet. Bounce pass to Henning. He's going to go to the hoop. Foul, and
yes.
He hits it.
Bobby Henning.
And this is East Brunswick's first lead of the game. They take a 9-8 score. That foul is charged to Ciola, Phil.
And again, Bobby going to try to make the old-fashioned three-point play. He has been the leader all year of this Bear team. Has directed the offense flawlessly.
Henning, the best foul shooter on the team, completes the traditional three and gives East Brunswick a 2-point lead, 10-8. Second period here.
Okay, you got press on Kandrich right now.
Ciola.
And Johnson on Saunders.
Kandrich loses the handle. Here come the Bears. That's Bork from the corner. Will not go. One of the few open looks that East Brunswick has had.
And I tell you, they're going to need more than Bobby Henning from the outside there. He's going to need a little help.
Sheridan drives. Will not go.
I'll tell you,
Johnson with a rebound.
Good defense by the Bears.
Henning slows it up for East Brunswick. Bobby sporting a bandaged right hand, Phil. Cadet. Johnson with a strong rebound, and he's fouled.
And I'll tell you, look at Max, and Max not usually in his regular position offensively, but one of the reasons is that against Serval, they got one offensive rebound during the second half there. Bo wants to do something about that and get more strength on the offensive boards, therefore Max underneath.
And Johnson banks one.
That's 3 points for Max. Not very often do you bank a free throw.
A 54% foul shooter. And that one goes off the rim. However, press with the rebound. And East Brunswick sets up. Johnson, long shot.
Yes.
And that's the only way you need to do it.
And
three-pointer makes it 14-8. You got to take Max off the line.
well, I'm saying that it's a trade-off, but
that pass goes errant. And another turnover for the Braves. So East Brunswick with a 6-point lead here. Substitutions, Bork goes out, McBride in. You also have Zachary in the game for the Bears.
okay.
So Henning takes it. Tipped almost. McBride, that one was tipped. Boy, I'll tell you what, shots are hard to come by tonight.
That's for sure. Getting the Bears in their man-to-man defense, Jim. Pete Zachary all over the place. Almost steals it. Pete Zachary doing, oh, timeout. I thought he was going to get the 5-second call, Jim.
Yep. So we got a timeout on the floor here. I guess the name of the coach, Phil?
We're talking about Rick Garrettson.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, it's a regular timeout. Okay, we have time to listen to Bo Henning.
Max, ball away from you. We throw the corner, you should already be in here, okay? Ball gets swung, get out, because this guy's coming in. Larry, real active in there, and you're going to get on the glass, and you're going to get some good looks.
Let's go, guys, come on.
Let's go, come on.
All right,
Okay, Jim.
And East Brunswick tightening up defensively here. Shot from the corner, swish, that's a three-pointer. That's by Lax, we haven't mentioned his name.
Mark.
14-11 is the score. Tipped. This is by Sheridan, pulls up. Will not go, misses everything. And he's pushed out.
The foul is on Lax. And Lax is a little animated, isn't he?
Not laxed anyway. So the score with 5:25 left to go in the second period. East Brunswick holding on to a 14-11 lead. Henning took a short-lived break and is back in the game. Gadet will sit. Phil, I kind of like Gadet and Henning together.
Well,
I'm not sure what.
It's a lot of firepower when they're both in there. Both are pretty smooth ball handlers as well.
Right. But I guess with this fast-paced game, and there's Zachary with the walk. All right, Braves inbounds. Ciola with he's a good ball handler. Looking for somebody to pass to.
Saunders on the drive.
Almost.
Tough man-to-man defense right now by the Bears.
Knocked away by press, but they get it back. Ciola with a good bank shot. His first 2 points of the game. Narrows the East Brunswick lead to 14-13. Right in the corner, cross court to Zachary. He's going to take a shot. In!
Yes.
3 points. Rolled around and fell in.
I'll tell you, Pete Zachary with a big three.
17-13. Bears with a 4-point lead. And I think they'll call that before the shot on Zachary. No, they say it's McBride. 4th team foul for the Bears. Gadet back in the game. Again, I think this combination really works for East Brunswick. Doug Saunders. Kandrich. What do they call?
They're going to call press, I believe, on the foul.
Well, I'll tell you what, in the scheme of things, that was a very light foul. It's been a lot more action, so press with the foul. That's the 5th team foul for East Brunswick.
And Larry's second.
Whoa! Don't know what that play was about. East Brunswick capitalizes on that long pass, makes it 19-13. Gadet with the bucket.
And Bobby Henning all over the court. Oh!
Called a double dribble.
I'll tell you, a direct result of Bobby Henning's tenacious defense. And Rick Garrettson, the coach for the Manalapan Braves, not happy about the call at all.
Well, the official didn't see Henning get a hand in there and thought it was a discontinue. Quite honestly, I think this other official should have been on top of that play. 3:45 left to go in the second quarter. East Brunswick 19-13. Bounce pass inside. Goes off of Schuler. Trying to work it inside, but they haven't had any success. that defense by Ciola. Saunders with an open look. Doesn't fall. And they say that...
Kandrich on the back.
Yes. I believe that's his first foul. All right, substitution, number 32, Derek Mahoney.
Okay, Kandrich with 2 fouls will take a rest.
Henning across the line.
Okay, 1-2-2.
Johnson is trying to post up on Saunders. And what do they got here? Traveling? Okay. This is not the NBA, is it, Phil?
No, it isn't.
They don't let them get away with anything. Ciola pulls up. I think Henning got a piece of that. Pushes to get that. He goes strong to the basket.
Mercy.
And a foul.
Brett Cadet.
And they're going to call that on Saunders. East Brunswick 21-13. They're up to their largest lead of this game, 8 points.
And I'll tell you, Brett Cadet, what an asset he has been to the Bears since transferring from St. Peter's. Jim, 8 points against Searleville in the semifinals of the county.
Sinks to the three-pointer. Makes it 22-13. East Brunswick now up by 9. Stop the dribble. They got to look for somebody. Saunders comes out to meet him. And I think they're going to get an offensive foul.
Okay. Johnson doing a good job. Sorry, Jim. Johnson doing a good job holding his ground, drawing that charge there.
And that foul called on Saunders. If it is, I think it's a second. It is. So 2 of the better players for Manalapan, Doug Saunders and Matt Kandrich, both with 2 fouls. 2:30 left to go in the second quarter. East Brunswick with a 22-13 lead, looking to add to that margin. Cross court.
Ooh.
An errant pass by Cadet.
I'll tell you, trying to just move the ball around the horn swiftly, and the pass just went sort of errant there.
All right, Johnson's going to take a rest, and they bring in Dan Wang.
Dan Wang.
Wang, sorry. Bounce pass.
And I'll tell you, that's what high school basketball is all about. Players diving on the floor, Jim.
And a steal almost.
Schuler. I tell you, Schuler almost came up with the steal.
And once more, Manalapan will attempt to inbound. There's a lob. Hit the backboard, actually. Bounce pass to Cadet. He's got great body control. And he puts it home. 7 points for Cadet. East Brunswick with its largest lead thus far, 24-13. Tapped away.
Henning.
What a save. Lob pass. Schuler strong to the hoop.
Oh, mercy.
And he's whacked.
And I'll tell you, Bobby Henning igniting the fast break there, heading to the Cadet, to Schuler.
And I believe Lax is going to be, I'm sorry. Mark Lax picks up his second foul. And that is a 2-shot foul. We're now on a 1-on-1 if East Brunswick does get fouled again.
Okay, you're taking a look at the Schuler 6'2" junior.
He makes the first. Puts East Brunswick up 25-13. Schuler averaging 5.1 points on the year, 66% free throw shooter. Misses the second. And East Brunswick remains ahead 25-13. Down to a minute 40 left to go in this period. Lax kind of out of control there. McBride with the rebound. Here comes Henning. Goes to the hoop, pulls up, hits. No, won't go. They fight for it, and they say it was off Manalapan.
I'll tell you.
You know, Manalapan really likes to mouth off a lot, Phil. We're not kind of used to this. Different conference.
And they're a little boisterous and whatnot. But I tell you, the Bears, they like to mouth off, but the Bears like to push it up the court, Jim.
Right.
And that's the difference. They want to play the controlled half-court game, and the Bears want to run.
All right. Schuler, too good that. McBride thought about it. Manalapan extremely aggressive on defense here. McBride, long shot from the corner. Hits a three. That's his first bucket of the game. 28-13, East Brunswick, 15-point margin now. We are under a minute left to go. Second quarter. This is the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals. Shot a little strong. Down comes McBride. Nobody with him, however. Whoops, thought he got away with a double dribble.
I'll tell you, McBride unselfishly passing the ball back out.
And East Brunswick could hold it up for one if they'd like. Henning tapped away, and 30 seconds left.
Okay, Doug Saunders on the slap away there.
Boric back in the game. McBride out. Bounce pass underneath to Johnson. Didn't have the angle on it. This is Adam Cohen now in the game for the Braves. Doug Saunders. We haven't seen too much of Mahoney. That won't go. Down to 10 seconds. Henning pushes it up. And we got a foul here, and that's a one-on-one situation.
And the wrong person to foul if you're Manalapan.
Kadir Mahed charged with that foul, his first.
And Bobby Henning, an 82% free throw shooter.
5 seconds left to go in a much improved quarter for East Brunswick. Henning, the leading scorer for East Brunswick, with 8 points. Hits the first. Give East Brunswick a 29-13 lead. Boy, has Manalapan cooled off. Henning swishes the second. And with 5 seconds left to go, East Brunswick with a 30-13 lead. Henning will come out of the game.
Okay, smart move. Bo Henning giving Bobby a little extra breather.
Oh, okay, they have one to give. That was Zachary's job. And that disrupts the offense enough. 2 seconds left to go. That was a good tactical move by East Brunswick.
That's for sure.
Now they're going to have to get a shot off with 2 seconds. And Cohen's going to loft one.
Wow.
And
I'll tell you, Zachary close to fouling.
Yeah, really.
You don't want to do that. That would have been a three-point attempt there.
All right, so halftime, it's 30-13. East Brunswick really took command there in the second quarter, Phil.
I see Rick Garrettson, the coach for Manalapan, walking off the court just shaking his head. I don't think he's too pleased with the officiating, but you got to give the Bears the credit. Bo Henning talked at the top of the game about wanting to set the tempo, and set the tempo he did, and that's made the difference thus far.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with the second half right after this. All right, faces in the crowd, and that is the matriarch of the Hill family, Carrie Hill. Phil?
That's my mom's. Of course, Max Johnson's grandmother. She's used to being at football games with all her sons that have played football. It's basketball's a different thing for her, but
well, she looks very stylish out there. I will tell you that, in her old Navy top.
Okay, we're ready for the second half, Jim.
Where East Brunswick actually they have a comfortable 30-13 lead, and really played an excellent second quarter after a rather tight first period. Bobby Henning leading the way with I believe 11 points for East Brunswick, and that is he with the ball. Let's see if Manalapan makes any adjustments. Johnson to Henning, gives to Schuler, pulls up, will not go off the rim. They fight for it, and Kandrich, who sat down for a good portion of the second quarter with 2 fouls. Ciala, and I think they got Henning on that. Picks up his second. So the Braves will inbound the ball. Kandrich with it. Johnson guards him.
The Bears stay in the man-to-man defense, Jim.
All right. Shot goes. Nice one.
That's Sheridan, I believe.
Right. Sheridan gets his first 2 points of the game, makes it 30-15. Ball bounces off Sheridan. This is Gadet. Bride has been kind of quiet. They double team, throws it away. And Ciala comes out with it. Saunders. Ciala. Off balance shot, won't go. Johnson comes down with it.
Big rebound.
And East Brunswick wants to push it up the floor. Schuler. He hits it. East Brunswick with the numbers that time.
Okay, Chris Schuler, 3 points.
Makes it 32-15, East Brunswick. East Brunswick seems to have a little bit of an edge in the quickness department, Phil, although both teams are moving rather well. That was a shot off balance. Again by Sheridan. Makes it 32-17. A lot of intensity in this Manalapan team. Henning. Bounce pass into Johnson, kicks it out to Gadet for an open 3. He hits it, and that's the chance you take when you play that type of defense by Manalapan. 35-17, East Brunswick by 18.
Okay, Brett Gadet with 10 points on the night.
East Brunswick has been pretty reliable with those open shots. They fumble it around, but come up with the handle. Saunders to the middle.
Almost traveled.
Ciala pulls up, almost blocked, and down comes with it with Schuler. Goes to the hoop. Will not go, however. Ciala, Kandrich.
You got it!
Sheridan pulls up. Will not go. Gets his own rebound. Stripped away. Brett Gadet. And they slow it up. Johnson. And what do they call here? Timeout?
Timeout.
Okay.
Bo Henning not happy with what he's seen out there on the floor, Jim.
All right, well, this is a good opportunity to listen to what he has to say.
Remember, the corners ball side are not great areas for us. That's where they want to trap. You be ball tough in it, you step through it, and you find somebody. No weak damn turnovers. Max, you're now in the corner because Larry's on the mid and high post. You catch it in the high post. Chin the goddamn ball and turn and face things, okay?
Your man's just gonna go to the basket, right? Wow, okay, stop.
Okay, Bo Henning making some adjustments there. He thought his team was getting a little lax there, Jimmy, and just wanted to light a fire on them. Made some adjustments, putting Prest in at the high post and Johnson at the low post.
All right, Henning guarded closely. That gives Zachary an open look. And goes off the rim, bounces around. McBride with the rebound. Stolen. Here come the Braves. Sheridan, and he hits it. And that foul charge to Henning is, I'm sorry, that wasn't Henning. Who was that on?
Henning.
Well, I had him already for 2, but apparently not. No, so that's on Zachary.
Okay.
Who picks up his second.
And Ryan Sheridan, a 72% free throw shooter.
Hits it. Makes the score 35-20. East Brunswick holding on to a 15-point lead, down to 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Henning to Zachary. Henning pulls up, a little strong, press with the rebound. And they charge that to Larry Press.
I'll tell you, if you're Bo Henning, you really can't be mad at that, though. The only reason you can be mad because it's Larry Press's third foul. But the aggressiveness going for the ball, you got to like it.
All right, they look to inbounds here. Kandrich with it. Sheraton now. Looks to get it cross court. Boy, he gets smacked around on that one.
Johnson with a big block.
And they ball went off Sheridan, or at least he was stepping on the end line. So East Brunswick gets the ball. Sheridan is very fiery, but I think he might be a little overexcited.
As a matter of fact, all of Manalapan is somewhat fiery. It's almost a football mentality that they seem to have on the basketball court here. There's nothing wrong with being fiery, Jim, but you're right. They're talking a little more than you might see in a high school team. Again, Max Johnson with an awfully nice block.
All right, Zachary gets it in the corner. Johnson, good look to get that.
I'll tell you, good dish, good swish.
Cadet with 12 points gives East Brunswick a 37-20 lead. Kandrich bounces off his knee. Good hustle by Cadet. Henning comes up with it. Long pass to Zachary.
Yes.
Great sequence for East Brunswick. Gives them the largest lead, 39-20. Now we got another foul.
Bobby Henning on the reaching, I believe.
Nope, they're going to call Zachary.
I haven't been right in 2 games, Jim.
No. 4th team foul for East Brunswick. Manalapan with no team fouls in this quarter. McBride will enter the game. Zachary, let's see. Henning will take a rest. Warwick in now, and Zachary now will come out. So Henning with this combination, let's see how he lasts with this. In this type of game, Henning's presence is so very important. Lax with the ball, drives the middle.
I thought that was offense.
Real strong. Boy, look at him fight for it, huh? And the arrow pointing towards Manalapan's way.
And I'll tell you, Mark Lax, he's the fiery one.
Cielo will inbound the ball. And they call 5 seconds.
And that's just good defense, Jim. And if you're Manalapan Braves, you got to be a little frustrated there. The Bears seemingly doing everything right now.
All right, with Henning on the bench, Cadet takes the ball handling. Long pass to Schuler. Stuffed. That was a good play by number 32, Mahoney.
Derek Mahoney coming up with the block.
Johnson. And he hits it.
I'll tell you, Max the Axe with a turnaround.
Well, what really made that was Max's body control. He hung up there for just the right amount of time and forced that foul. Made the shot and gives East Brunswick its largest lead, 41-20.
I'll tell you, take a good look at Max coming off a 16-point performance against Serval in the semifinals of the counties.
Johnson sinks that. Gives him 9 points on the evening. Makes it 42-20 East Brunswick. This game's slowly starting to slip away now from Manalapan.
Okay, the Wild bunch up there yelling it's all over. I think it's a little...
Always premature. Mahoney loses the handle, turns around, won't go. Handrich fights for it, and Johnson comes down. This is Cadet. McBride, they give him an open look. No, won't go. Johnson strong on the rebound, however. Fights for it. Max sort of picking up the pace here.
I'll tell you.
Ciola, he's been the primary ball handler for Manalapan. Wow. Shot up and in by Mahoney.
His first two.
Makes it 42-22, East Brunswick. Borak. Here's the double team. Borak with it. Almost tipped. Tipped away that one time. Ciola pulls up for a three. Won't go. Schuler with the rebound. Down to 1:30 left to go in this quarter. Third quarter. East Brunswick up by 20. Tipped.
Oh, I thought that was off Mahoney.
It was.
Okay. The Bears will maintain control.
All right, Henning will come in the game. More substitutions. Heed back in. Into Schuler, tied up, and they're going to say foul.
McHeed, Quadair McHeed on the reach in there.
Only the first. Mahid second, only team's first. Team second, I'm sorry. Bears will look to inbound. That's Schuler with it. Bride in the corner, kicks it back out to Borak. That's Henning. Tries to get around Mahoney. And what do they got here? They call a timeout.
Okay.
Probably a 22nd.
And I'll tell you, the Bears up by 20 points, Jim, in this third quarter here. I think if you would have asked before this game, you'd be surprised.
By this margin, Phil?
Exactly.
All right, let's see what Bo Henning has to say.
Ball into some questionable areas, right? We're taking it down into some questionable areas right now. You want to go this way a few times because we're making their wings run. Eventually, their wings will get tired of running this diagonal, and you'll be able to make that diagonal pass. But don't expect to come up and throw it. It's got to be swung a couple times, okay? Between the guards, you may have to improve your angle. If you see a guy trapped here, don't stay here. Come improve the angle, right? Mid-post right now. Mid-post, and that may give our guards a chance to penetrate with the dribble. All right? All right, we'll try and get it. Hey, listen to me. You got to block out on the boards. You just jumped down there. You didn't block your man out, right? Every time. Come on.
Okay, Bo Henning again, one of the best game day coaches, certainly, we've already said it, Jim, in the county, if not in the state.
All right, East Brunswick will inbound with 1:07 left to go in this third quarter. They're holding on to a 42-22 lead. Inbound to Borak. Real tenacious defense by Manalapan this entire game, but East Brunswick's pretty well handled it. Thought he got away with a walk, did Borak. Henning now. Borak in the corner to Schuler. Thought about it. Kicks it back out. This is Henning. Back out. Johnson. Jump pass. Henning, and they're going to catch, I believe that was Ciola with the foul. If it is, it's the second. And again, the Bears will inbounds with 39 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Bounced away, stolen by Mahid. Taken right back by Henning.
Oh, mercy.
Johnson to the hoop.
I'll tell you, no look pass by Bobby Henning.
That was a great sequence for East Brunswick. 44-22. Naheed, and they're going to catch Boric with his arm on.
I'll tell you, we've seen some real slaps here, Jim, and that was just a ticky-tack one right there.
All right, 5th team foul, so we're not yet in the 1-on-1 situation. Substitutions for East Brunswick. Zachary and Press back in, and they will take out Johnson and Henning.
2 captains coming out for a break here, and they've both played very well.
Kandrich, who's kind of been invisible in the second half. There's a 3-pointer by Ciola. Makes it 44-25. There's a kick. I see a new face in there for Manalapan, number 23, Dave Sika. And this is McBride. At the buzzer, won't go. So the score after 3 quarters of play, East Brunswick 44 and Manalapan 25. Big uphill battle for the Braves if they even expect to get close here.
The thing about it, Manalapan is not they don't look like a catch-up team, Jim. They look like a team if they're in front, they can control things rather well. But if you're talking about catch-up team, they don't appear to be it. We don't see any 3-point shooters here. The fact that their team, the highest scorer only averages about 9 points a game means they have no go-to guy on top of that.
Right. The thing that impresses me most about East Brunswick tonight has been their ability to handle really a tenacious defense on the part of Manalapan. Make no mistake about these Braves. They really know how to play a trapping game, but led by Bob Henning, who is really one of the better ball handlers in the Greater Middlesex Conference. The Bears have pretty well handled the pressure. Phil, I was going to ask you about the brackets for the Central Jersey Group 4.
Right.
I believe that in the other half of the bracket, Saraville, which defeated East Brunswick in the GMC semis, is going to take on Trenton.
I tell you, the Bears would like nothing better than to get back, have an opportunity to get back at Saraville, but Saraville's got to get by the number 1 seed Trenton in order for that to happen.
Number 2 seed.
Number 1 seed
Are
Trenton,
they?
Yes. Number 2 seed Trenton.
Right. Okay.
You're right again.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right. Trenton's number 1 seed here in this bracket.
That's the girls.
Oh, we're looking at the wrong bracket. That's why. Okay. All right. That was a Chinese fire drill.
Trenton, number 2 seed.
Okay. Dave Ambrosi, our producer, got ready to disconnect us. Okay, we're underway in the 4th quarter. East Brunswick 44-25. They have the ball and probably going to try to take some time off the clock. Meanwhile, Manalapan in a position to give up a couple fouls here. Press wouldn't go. Again, East Brunswick should be a little bit deliberate, and they're going to call a foul here before the shot. That's East Brunswick's last foul before the 1-on-1.
Okay. And the official, Don Reed, is saying
that is no, it's not a 1-on-1. I'll take it back. That was Henning's 3rd foul, by the way.
Okay.
So he will have to watch it. Ciola from a 3, and it hits.
That's going to be a 4-point play. Or
not only was it a 4-point possibility, but Henning picks up his 4th foul.
I'll tell you. And the Bears are comfortably ahead, but you certainly don't want to lose your floor, General Bobby Henning.
So that's a 2nd 3-pointer for Chris Ciola. Meanwhile, Henning has to take a seat, and McBride takes his place. So this is a very important juncture of this game.
Okay, Brett Cadet will probably do most of the ball handling now, Jim.
Ciola can convert this. It'll bring it down to 15, and he does. 44-29, 7:25 left to go in the game. East Brunswick has to be deliberate here. Thankfully, Brett Cadet's in the game. He's a good ball handler for East Brunswick. And they're going to foul McBride.
I'll tell you, McBride almost walked, Jim. If Machid had, excuse me, if 23.
That's Dave Sika.
Right, if he hadn't reached in, they might have called the walk.
All right, East Brunswick inbounds. Double team. There's an open Borak.
I'll tell you, good look.
An important basket too, Phil.
Good look by Cadet.
46-29. Whoops. Sika almost loses the handle. Pass to Kandrich. They try to block him off. Won't go. Nice rebound, and they call a foul on Johnson. And that will be a one-on-one. Sika, I'm sorry, was the one that handled that ball. Johnson picks up just his first, I believe. No, they say it was on Borak? Okay. Dave Sika, a senior. Let's see. Falls.
I'll tell you, he touched every part of the rim. His first point of the night.
Makes the score 46-30. And he makes the second. 46-31, East Brunswick up by 15. 6:40 left to go in the game. Double team. Cadet pulls up. Off the rim. Sika wants to go to the middle. Loses the handle for a moment. And Cadet comes up with it. And decides better than to go to the fast break.
And what you're seeing is the Manalapan trying to be a running team when they're not, Jim. And it's not working for them.
McBride in the corner. This is Borak. Cross courts it to Cadet. Bounce pass into Johnson. Back to Cadet. Goes to the hoop. Won't go. East Brunswick with the rebound, however. Johnson. And he just misses it, but he gets the foul. Max Johnson. Winding up a sterling career. Phil, the question I also wanted to ask regarding this, it says, according to the papers, or at least I thought I read, that the semifinal would be at the seed of the higher team.
I think only for this round, Jim. I think they're going to do, I think.
Okay, we'll find out about that. So the first 3 rounds at the higher seeded team. So it is conceivable
that East Brunswick would have another game here. Mercy.
All right, Johnson misses both. And this is the Braves. Won't go. And they say it was off Max. So 5:44 down now left in the game. East Brunswick with a 46-31 lead. Henning on the bench with 4 fouls for East Brunswick. Mahoney, little soft shot, hits it. That makes it 46-33. Manalapan creeping ever so closer.
Okay, 4 points for Mahoney.
Cadet gets it across. Borak hits it. Another 2 important shots by Borak here in the 4th quarter.
I'll tell you, Borak with 4 points.
48-33, East Brunswick. Kandrich tries to penetrate. And it falls.
A strong move by Kandrich.
And that's his first 2 points of the half.
7 points for Kandrich.
5 minutes left to go in this game. Again, East Brunswick with a 13-point margin. McBride in the middle, and they're going to call steps.
Okay, and I think you can see Bobby Henning probably coming back in this game. If it should get to a 10-point margin, Bo is going to have to bring Bobby back in here.
Manalapan trying to make a game of this. Ciola. This is Saunders. All right, Sheridan back in the game. He goes strong, and he hits it.
I'll tell you, Jim. And you can feel the momentum shifting.
That foul, not sure who it's charged to. They haven't announced it yet.
There's it. And you see here the Manalapan fans getting into it, Jim.
And that foul is on Press, who picks up his 4th.
Okay, Sheridan, 72% free throw shooter. Sheridan also a soccer player for the Manalapan Braves.
Looking for his 10th point, and he hits it, and that makes it 48-38. Phil, I'm waiting to see if Henning gets up.
Okay, it's down to that 10 points. I don't see Bo going for Bobby yet.
Gets it across the line. Warwick looking for somebody. That's Johnson in the corner. He's double teamed.
Oh. I'll tell you, they got to keep the composure, Jim.
And you know what? Cadet was successful
He called timeout?
in calling timeout.
I'll tell you, Rick, you look over here at the coach for the Braves there, and he is hot. Rick Garrison doesn't believe it.
Well, lost in all that was a great play by Brett Cadet to call the timeout while he was in midair. So he saves a possession for East Brunswick. And Bears dodged somewhat of a bullet.
I'll tell you, 4:21, we'll remember that, Jim, and just see how significant it is.
Now, is this a full timeout? I guess it is. So if we can, let's jump into the huddle with Bo Henning.
Denial and stop giving up second shots. You're on the big guy. In the post, hey, in the post, we're not going to be able to rake with the guys they have, right?
Box out.
Box out, don't give them the second shot. Put you on the other guy, right?
Up on the shot.
All right, Henning's back in the game, Phil.
Okay.
Pop tried to keep him out as long as he could.
Well, you figured once it got to 10, he had to put him 10 points. He had to put him back in the game, Jim.
Right.
They don't want it to go below that. You already have momentum by the Braves, and their fans are starting to get into the game as well. You need somebody who's going to control that ball.
All right. Cadet. Bounce pass to Schuler. He's double teamed. Whacked pretty hard. They're going to call a foul.
Okay. I'll tell you, they got a Derek Mahoney not happy about it. One of his teammates came over and said, hey, don't lose your cool right here. We don't need a technical.
And that was a 16 foul, so not a 1-on-1 yet.
And Bo Henning holding his head like as if to say to the official, how much you going to let him get away with? And you're right, 16 foul. The next foul, they're in the 1-and-1. The bonus for the
Henning to Johnson. Will doesn't make it. East Brunswick with the rebound. Schuler with it, and he's fouled.
All right.
So a good sequence of rebounding for the Bears. That foul was on Mahoney. He picks up his 3rd. Excuse me, that's his 4th. And Schuler to the line. And
they made this may not seem like big free throws considering they're up by 10 points, but to cut that momentum, Jim, these certainly are. And Schuler.
Is this a 1-on-1 or 2?
Schuler,
it's a 1-on-1.
A 66% free throw shooter.
A lot of noise in this gym.
Yes.
Schuler calmly sinks the first.
Schuler has 4 points on the night.
And Schuler hits the second, so 2 big foul shots by Chris Schuler. Makes it 50-38 with 4 minutes left to go in this game. Ciala.
And he's going to shoot 3, Jim.
Well, the question is who made the foul?
Okay, McBride, I believe.
Yes. But for a moment, Henning was going to be charged with that.
And number 3 going line. You have
Chris Ciala.
He's a 64% free throw shooter, Jim.
Misses the first.
Okay. And he's looking rather intense at that line when you...
Every one of them are intense,
right,
Phil.
when you should be relaxing, really.
Yes. And he misses the second.
His average is going down, Jim.
Needless to say, Phil, these are big foul shots. And he misses all three.
I'll tell you, that would have cut it to 9 points, Jim.
East Brunswick with a 3-1. McBride, they stuff him.
Oh, big block.
They get it down court.
I'll
Candridge
tell
with
you,
it.
Mahoney should have been called for the offense. No call.
50-40. East Brunswick down, up by 10, I should say. We're down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this fast-paced game. McBride. Johnson wasn't expecting it, but fortunately was bounced off of Saunders' arm, and East Brunswick retains possession.
And I'll tell you, the Bears have to take care of the ball, Jim. They got to make sure the passes are sure. And
Johnson, and he's fouled by Saunders. So Max Johnson's going to go to the line shooting two.
And I'll say the same thing that we said with Schuler. May not seem like big foul free throws, but they are. They're up by 10, but they need these free throws here.
Saunders picks up his third. So Max Johnson, 54% from the line. Oh, in and out, first one. Johnson 2 for 6 from the line thus far tonight.
Well, you hear the Manalapan fans.
And Johnson misses the second.
I'll tell you. Ooh, no foul.
Saunders tries to go to the hoop, will not go. And what do we got here?
They're calling Johnson over the back.
Yes, they are. And now Candridge will go to the line.
Bo Henning saying, looking at the official as like, you can't be for real.
Johnson picks up his first foul, but more importantly, Candridge goes to the line shooting two.
Candridge, a 69% free throw shooter.
Misses the first.
I'll tell you.
Nobody's been hitting them.
Both teams missing some important free throws down the stretch here.
And that one doesn't fall.
Mercy.
Johnson comes down with it. 3:15 left to go in this game. East Brunswick holding on to a 50-40 lead. Whoa, shot by McBride.
I'll tell you. Thought it went up rather quickly, Jim.
Here comes Manalapan. They're going to have to score some points now. Sheridan.
Johnson with a piece.
And a foul. Saunders will go to the line now.
And they're going to call McBride, I believe, on the foul, Jim.
McBride picks up his third. Saunders will go to the line shooting two. He's 1 for 2 already tonight.
And he's a 58% free throw shooter.
Makes the first.
I'll tell you, the guy with the lowest percentages made the one free throw down the stretch.
And he's good on the second. Senior leadership there.
I'll tell you.
Cuts East Brunswick's lead to 8, 50-42. Under 3 minutes to go, 2:50. Henning gets it across the line.
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you, Gadet with a good hand.
McBride, long shot.
In and out.
Go again. Johnson with the rebound. Tries to fight for it.
Foul. I'll tell you.
Bounce pass. Who's got it? And East Brunswick gets a timeout.
Okay. And Rick Garrison is asking whose ball is it? And that's the question, Jim. Who has possession?
Well, we got to find out.
We'll find out shortly. This may be a smart timeout if you have possession of the ball here. Garrison was asking that, and quite frankly, we were blocked out, so we don't know who has possession.
Well, I'm going to assume by the excitement on the Braves side that they have the ball. All right, let's go to Bo Henning.
Matchup. All right, now make sure on foul shots you've got the bigger guy you're blocking out, right? All right, now offensively, we're in the bonus, so just be strong with the ball, but keep attacking. You get a good look, what you're getting, you got to make. You got to stick, okay? Right? Keep taking the good looks. Fake guys off their feet. No, ball fake and be ball up. Hey, we still have 2 timeouts. Still have 2.
19.
Okay, and you're right, Jim. The possession belongs to the Braves.
All right, so they're going to look to cut this margin to 6. We've still got plenty of time in this game, 2:22.
And the Manalapan fans have really come alive.
They're on their feet. Ciola with it. He looks to drive to the hoop, and he doesn't make
I'll
it.
tell you, big rebound by Schuler.
Here comes Henning up the middle. Bounce pass to Johnson.
Oh, and a
they
block.
say it's stuff. Cadet comes up with a big rebound and makes it 52-42. And stolen again by Cadet. Great sequence here for the senior. Henning to Boric to Cadet. He pulls up and he hits it.
Brett Cadet.
Wow. Brett Cadet with some big shots here in the late going. 54-42 East Brunswick. Saunders. And his shot goes in and out. Down with the rebound. And they foul Henning.
And you hear the Wild Bunch saying it's all over, Jim.
Well, Phil, they said that about a half ago, right?
And it appears that the Bears really have taken control, Jim. Brett Cadet, again with a putback with 1 minute 58 seconds left, Jim. And then he came up with the big basket shortly after that.
I'll tell you what, Brett Cadet got a big rebound, put it up and in. And he made that big shot for the foul line.
Shot.
All right, Henning at the line. Needless to say, 82% from the foul line. He's the best shooter on the team. And he puts in the first. He's 4 for 4 from the line tonight, Phil. Cadet leading the team with 16 points tonight. And Henning makes the second. Gives East Brunswick a 56-42 lead now. Down to 1:20. Manalapan has to get points, and they have to get them fast. And Saunders with a turnaround. He was off balance. Andrich comes down with it, and it's stripped away out of bounds.
Good hand by Johnson. And Jim, as I said, they're not a catch-up team, even though they did get back in this game. They don't have the three-point shooters, which they desperately would need right now.
Ciola pulls up, will not go. And I think they're going to catch Sanders on that one.
And I think
that's his fourth.
Okay, and I think Johnson will go line to shoot 2 again.
Yes, he will. Johnson having a little bit of difficulty from the foul line tonight.
But playing an all-around fine game. Rebounding, Jim. Made some really fine passes and accepted his role being down at the low post, Jim, because that's where he was needed tonight.
And he definitely has been a factor on the other side of the court as well. That one will go in. Max 2 for 8 tonight. And that one will not fall.
Can't hit the foul shots.
1 minute remaining in this game, and they got to throw it up. Sheridan. And what they got here?
I think they have Schuler down low.
And Paul Schuler, right? Might be his first foul. It is. Sheridan at the line, where he has been 2 for 2.
Okay, the Wild Bunch getting ready.
He makes the first. Does Sheridan. Narrows the score to 56-43. And that one falls as well. 56-44. 50 seconds left to go. They try to foul Henning, and they do. That's Ciola.
And I'll tell you, Jim, for 50 seconds left, first of all, you got to give the Manalapan Braves a credit for the fine effort for getting back into this game.
Right.
But you also got to give the Bears a lot of credit for gut check time. They could have panicked when it got down to 8 points, and they didn't. They sort of kept their composure, kept the pressure on, and sort of extended their lead.
Henning with 12 points on the evening, and he has been perfect from the line, 6 for 6.
13 points for Bobby.
He'll try to convert the second here, and does. Makes it 58-44. 50 seconds remaining in the game. Sheridan, who's played a fine game this evening, tries to pass it off.
And
Nobody
as you
there.
see, they don't even try to set up for a three-point shot, Jim.
Right.
They don't have it.
And that's what they need. Well, the only three-point shooter has been from Ciola, who has 2, and Lax has 1. They try to surround Henning. And this might be give up the ghost time, although I haven't seen any give up by Manalapan. And that's Saunders' 5th foul, so he is going to exit the game.
Doug Saunders, again, he's the
captain of the football team,
captain of the football team, captain of the basketball team as well.
All right. So that's going to conclude his basketball career at Manalapan, and he should get a good hand from the fans. Maybe they don't even know it. All right, Sika goes in for Saunders. Meanwhile, McBride will go to the line. McBride with just 1 3-point shot on the evening. I have him for.
That's all I have him for as well.
Brian McBride is averaging 11.4 points a game. This is the first free throw. And a couple of more players come in for East Brunswick.
Let's see who these guys are. And I'll tell you, some of the starters come out, Cadet, Johnson, and they get a well-deserved applause.
They do. I see 32 Gordon Hurley, freshman in there. 6'6", freshman.
I'll tell you, the future.
And that shot good by McBride. He's 1 for 2 from the line. And he'll exit the game.
And Paul Mataseski, we're familiar with that name.
Absolutely.
Coming in the game. Great lineage.
Mataseski and Hurley, both freshmen. Excuse me, Mataseski's a junior. So Kandrich will go to the line, the foul charge to Hurley. We're down to 16 seconds left to go in this game. Kandrich makes the first. And there goes Ciola, another senior. And gets a few words of encouragement from his coach. Kandrich misses the second, bounces around. They say off Mahid, so East Brunswick will take over with 14 seconds left. And Manalapan still fighting. Being guarded closely by Mahid. They get it across. Mataseski manhandled. Hurley pulls up, takes a shot, won't go at the buzzer. And that is the final. East Brunswick advancing to the Central Jersey Group 4 Finals.
Okay, and
not without a tussle.
Okay, and the Wildbutt storms the court there, and they've been good sports and I think good for East Brunswick. Good, clean fun and good, clean support there. But again, the Bears, as you say, pull out this game there, Jim, and they move on in the States.
And a fine effort. Phil, I'll tell you what, if nothing else, this game is great preparation for the intensity that East Brunswick's going to have to endure.
That's for sure.
As they attempt to move along in the state tournament.
That's for sure.
And I think we said it, Bobby Henning, of course, was an important factor in this game. And what more can you say about Brett Cadet, the game he played?
Has come through anytime you need the big play in a number of games. You can go back to St. Joe's, you can go back to Old Bridge, and he almost pulled it out in the semifinals against Serval there. But when you need the big play, Brett Cadet seems to be there. Bobby Henning, the steady floor general, has done a fine job. Max Johnson, as a matter of fact, the team. That's what it's about, a team, and that's one of the reasons that they're moving on, Jim.
All right, so that's it. That's going to do it from East Brunswick High School Gymnasium. The final score tonight, East Brunswick beating Manalapan 59-45. For Phil Hill, this is Jimmy Allender saying thanks for being with us.